I'm vexed, man. I'm vexed. Just to be real, it does suck. It does suck to have to do this, but there's certain times where you feel bad for doing something because you're standing up for yourself. Oh, I'm gonna hurt this person by standing up for myself. They're imposing this on me and I don't feel comfortable, but it's their action that's causing you to do that. And you're such a good person that it does feel bad to stand up for yourself. But they're the ones with the bad behavior. You're just saying, you have to respect me as an individual. I respect myself, and that comes from self-respect. That comes from self-respect. Others respect you when you have self-respect. Others love you when you love yourself. And it's being confident in my choice. And I kind of am reaffirmed in my decision of seeing these stories come out about Elon and seeing him continue to go down this road and going periodically, like I do have him muted, but periodically going and checking his profile and just seeing if he's still unhinged. Wow, man. And like the most childish memes, again, coming back to that emotional intelligence and, you know, this arrested development, ultimately. What's good, peeps? Welcome to tomorrow's mirror. We're here to raise emotional intelligence. And when I try to do that on what Twitter has now become under Elon Musk is a tall task. And I don't know how I'll approach that. And so I've kind of left my Twitter, which has the most followers of any social media platform I have. I've grown on there faster than I've grown on any other social media platform ever in my life. And it's that one that I've had to step away from. Again, it's not what our culture defines as good or bad. It's what's morally right and what's morally wrong. And I will say, when I look at Elon's tweets, and you could just say, oh, just mute him, as if he's another user. He's the sole owner. If he wanted to turn it all off, he could. The people have no power. When he said "f you" to the advertisers, he was saying "f you" to the users that use his platform. And he has his army of sycophants who, again, will not change their view of him given new information. They have a fixed mindset, and a growth mindset will eventually win out, but sometimes that takes a lot of patience, and that's what I'm having with this situation here, is a lot of patience to let this play out. He's already taken this company where he bought it at $44 billion. That is a failure. That is an utter failure. And when he took it over, I would argue that Twitter was at its height, at its peak. Especially for me, it was really, really good. The Twitter spaces, everything was just flowing, and it was a great vibe, just a great time. And it is almost unrecognizable now, looking at the newsfeed, the trending, what people are openly saying and feeling comfortable with saying, hiding under the guise of what they're calling free speech. And just really in 2024, if you're just saying, I want free speech, you just want to openly hate. Okay. But again, it comes down to self-respect and self-love. I'm just saying you not love yourself, you not respecting yourself. So you got to disrespect others to make yourself feel good. I see cyber bullies who are actually just scared, and I see people with a bunch of guns. I just see someone who's ultimately really scared and not knowing what to do. I want to keep hitting on this Elon saga under DOJ investigation, Tesla under investigation. He has some motive here to get someone in office who is going to help him down the road. And now he's in a strong position with Twitter, with Starlink, getting government contracts, getting government subsidies. It's our tax dollars at stake. We have to hold him accountable. because he is a part of this society. He can't just exploit it. And he will, if we continue to allow corporations to get away with this, with their sadistic behavior, without showing any empathy towards their employees, towards their customers. They're putting profits over people, and they need to be called out, held accountable. If no one is above the law, that goes for corporations. If they want to be individuals, we need to treat them like individuals. We need to question their behavior. We need to question their morals, their moral standing or lack thereof. We need to question their emotional intelligence and how their lack of emotional intelligence is being fed through an algorithm and being sold to advertisers, other corporations, on a platform run by corporations. Corporations mediating communication among human beings. We can use them to our advantage as long as they fall in line and stop putting profit over people and start putting the best interest of the majority. We're bringing solutions to the table. We're not just pointing out problems. And I'm open. If you want to push back on any of this, let's have a dialogue. Let's talk. I'm open to that. That's how we come to a compromise. Come to a solution that is going to benefit the majority. There are multiple solutions to each and every problem. There are straight up moral abhorrences that should never be allowed. Should never be able to personally attack someone else. We're all trying to arrive at a truth that is above personal beliefs. We all have to be humble, because being humble allows you to admit, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about something. Hey, you're wrong. You were trying to be right. You were trying to find truth. You had an hypothesis. You tested it and it didn't work out. But guess what? You're going to show up tomorrow and you're going to try again. You're not going to be labeled as fake news. You're not going to be just straight out, just boom. What is fake news is if you do get called out on having something wrong and you don't change it and you just say, oh, they're lying. It doesn't work that way. We have to have a shared reality. We can go live off in our fantasies. I can go to Harry Potter world and all of that. And what makes that great is that I do have a shared reality to come back to. That we do have this common ground. What makes going off on these fantasy adventures and getting lost in fiction is that we can come back to the reality. We can leave the cinema and come back to this greenery, these parks, these trees, this grass, the birds chirping, this shared reality that we have to live with others. That's what makes it beautiful. Just thought I would do this live. Been recording on Friday nights, getting this new YouTube channel started. Just wanted to reach out because I'm vexed, man. I'm vexed. Just to be real, I'm vexed because I'm frustrated, and I knew it was going to lead to this. Like, I knew it was going to lead to this. 2 years after his takeover of Twitter, and it's just unrecognizable at this point. Very unrecognizable. And it's frustrating because it was so good. Like, he took it over for me at like the peak of what Twitter was, and the connections that were made was real. And it's hard to give up, and I don't want to stop talking to a lot of those people. And it's sad that we really only connected on that app, and didn't connect on others. And a lot of people on Twitter are like that, where they're only on Twitter. they're not on other apps like that. And for a while, that was true for me too. That was like the only app I was using. But I will say, deleted it off my phone. I still have it, access to it. I didn't delete the account, but I've kind of just left it for a lot of reasons. It's kind of like my mini protest of him taking it over. We went to something that was capitalistic, at least, in that it was beholden to stockholders, and there was a board with a lot of people making decisions. And now we're seeing the dictator come out. We're seeing that, and you're just able to make decisions on a whim just because he feels like it. Let's just drastically change something. And I thought it was funny, this latest one with the hiding of likes. It just always leads to the same pathway when people are screaming free speech. It is just a blanket for something else, and it's just frustrating that people aren't seeing it for what it is. I think eventually it will. I think there will be a tipping point with him. I think that's inevitable. The DOJ is already investigating Tesla, and he's being investigated for lying to stockholders. And I think if they open the door to that, the amount of times that this man has lied, it's pretty extensive, you know. And the thing is, I used to be an Elon fan. I did an art piece 2013 where I superimposed myself over a picture of Elon in a video. He was on the cover of Time magazine, the 100 most influential people, and I actually like posed like Elon in that. Still on YouTube if you want to find it. But I was a fan. And I think it was kind of hard not to, of what, you know, his supposed ethos was at the time and where he was going. And it was probably what Grimes saw, you know, another fellow artist. But he's definitely changed. And I think we need to normalize changing our opinions of somebody based on new information. And that is a case in point here. Rudy Giuliani is another case in point. You know, people change, and you can change your opinion on somebody. He has built up this persona, and he's really driving into that. Americans especially are driven to, you know, that cult-like behavior of really falling in line with somebody. And it's like, once they're a fan, they're not getting out. And they're just on board, and they're gonna just ride or die with this person and not change your opinion. Like, they don't even know you exist, but you are so infatuated with this person. You're so in love with this person. You're such a fan. You're not going to change your opinion on somebody. Okay, you know, and how do you combat that when he owns the platform? So how, if I were to say these things on Twitter, which I've written and I keep writing of what I want to say, tweets that I've written, and my notes on my phone just keeps getting longer and longer, of things that I just would, my brain just get in that mode of like, oh, that'd be a tweet, and I'd want to put it out. Like, I was really, as a writer, was really loving Twitter for that, and the threads, and to be able to just kind of riff and to freestyle, and that was a lot of fun for me, and a good challenge of trying to fit in a little short story inside of a tweet with so many characters. You know, it was like a little brain jogger. So I do miss those, but I've still been doing them in my own way, putting them in my notes. But I do miss it, and I do miss the people on there, I will say. there was some great connections being made there, and Twitter Spaces were great to do the Twitter Spaces and to stream them and be in Decentraland or Spatial or whatever. But I've been studying social media effects for a long time now, and it's frustrating to see everything that I've been studying, okay, and to see it get multiplied and almost justified in all of the wrong reasons. So when you go onto Twitter, you're seeing everything that people have been warning about of social media and the effect it will have. And in Elon's own words years ago, if you look at what he was saying about artificial intelligence, and how he saw it as way more dangerous than a nuclear bomb, which is quite the statement, but also it's not hyperbole. He's even gone all in on that. So it's made me question on who is developing this technology and for what purpose. I do think there's going to be regulation coming in because this stuff is very, very powerful. And the amount of information that he has and can wield, Twitter along with Starlink, and whatever information he's able to get off of software on Tesla. I know those are like driving a computer. I know there's a lot of information being had in there as well. So he does have access to a lot of information. What his motive is, he really does keep guarded. So it's not for me to say what his ultimate motive is. It is just to point out his public behavior and to see what he's putting out publicly. Again, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And to not go down that avenue of trying to speculate on where someone is going to take something. There's a lot of that being had on his very app, of just wild speculation, and it gets validated because it becomes this echo chamber, and you're looking at who gets brought back onto this app, and it's like the only thing you're focused on is, oh, they were banned off this app because of left-wing media, and there's this whole tirade. It's like, no, go back and look at why that person was taken off the platform. And you cannot scream free speech when you have to hit accept on terms and conditions. Point blank, period. Your argument ends there. The second you have to hit terms and conditions, your argument on free speech is null and void. We need to start there. Whenever you're going to scream free speech and you're saying it after having hit terms and conditions, we can't have the argument on this app about free speech, because we have both hit accept on those terms and conditions. And did you read fully all of those terms and conditions, which has been written by teams of lawyers over a decade? So this free speech argument, he knows, is bullshit. And what I see on Twitter is a mixture of people who know they are being manipulative and they know the game and the grift and are profiting off of this, as we saw with the defamation lawsuit against Fox News, the largest such defamation lawsuit against Dominion won against them because they had them. And it's exactly what this MAGA movement thinks they're against, is the fake news. Secretly, Tucker Carlson's texting other Fox News employees, this is such bullshit. You know, what we're pushing, I don't believe in. This whole voter thing, it's just so stupid. I can't wait to stop talking about it. So secretly, they're saying one thing, what they actually think. And then they're going on the news and spreading the big lie that they know is a lie. And they argue it in court that people don't come to them for news. They come to them for opinions. And Alex Jones tried to argue the same thing in his court case, and to say that he's an actor playing a role. And people were taking him for his word when he's playing a role. He doesn't actually believe in what he's saying. So they've taken different points of view in their legal arguments. And what we need to focus on here is not rhetoric and what they're saying publicly. What are you saying when it matters? What is Trump saying when it matters? Absolutely nothing. He's not getting on that witness stand. He has a lot to say outside the courtroom, but as soon as he gets in the courtroom, nothing. Nothing. A coward. When it matters most, a coward. That is what he is. I don't want to hear any other excuse why he didn't get on that stand when he said he would. I'm holding him to his word, his own word that he said multiple times he was going to get on that stand. Your freedom is on the line. Your reputation is on the line. And when it mattered that your reputation was on the line, that your word was on the line, what did you say? You said nothing. Nothing. You had nothing to say. And it's your right to not say anything. It is your right, and you have a right to free speech. But you have a lot to say outside the courtroom, and it's the same here. I don't want to know what Tucker Carlson or what Fox News is saying on the timeline. I want to know what Fox News is saying. I want to know what Tucker Carlson is saying when it matters. And when you are held on your word, when your word actually matters, when it can be held against you in a court of law, that's what I want to hear. That's what I'm interested in, and that's what I hold them to. I don't care what you're saying on the timeline. And we need to have real, actual debates on substance, not I'm going to try to tear your character down and make personal assaults on you, as almost every argument devolves into online. It just becomes a personal attack and a generalization of who you think I am, and a lot of it is just projection. Because this person I am talking to hasn't gone to therapy. They probably hadn't meditated that day. They probably hadn't taken 3 deep breaths and found their center. They're acting from their ego, and they're protecting their ego, which they're afraid to let undergo a death. Their ego, to just get stabbed one time, just to see how it feels and just say, I'm still here. I embrace that vulnerability. It's okay. I'm seeking truth. If you want to tell me I'm wrong, I'm here to say I'm open. I'm open, and I'm willing to change my mindset, because I've adapted the growth mindset, and it will adapt to new information. Software update. Is your computer running on the same software that it had in 30 years ago? Or is it running on software that was installed 30 days ago? Where's our level of thinking? Oh, I've always been this way. I won't change. It's no way to be. And never willing to cede an argument to say it's okay to be wrong. I am here to say, I'm willing to be wrong, and we need to start talking about emotional intelligence, because that is where this compromise can start to happen. And it's important when talking about Elon Musk. He's a mathematical genius. He's a business genius. But looking at his public statements, looking at his tweets, and how he has time to tweet so much is beyond me for someone who allegedly works 17, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. He tweets more than anyone. And you could say him tweeting is part of his job now. Okay. I'm sure there's a lot of other things he could be doing for Twitter that are better than him tweeting and trying to gain more followers than any other user has since his takeover. So he's, pumped his ego even more. So glad that he's gaining more followers. This feels good. This is letting out. This is coming from a good place though, and if you've been following me for any period of time, it's been a long time coming. Let me look at the date of when I tweeted this out. April 18th. It's been almost 2 months. So it's really almost like 2 years of pent up frustration. But I was on the timeline when that happened of like, no, this is not good. And I was really upset with allegedly decentralized people in the crypto space, which I am just grossed out by. The SBF for me was just the last straw. It was just like one straw after the other. But the SBF, and now it's being seen as like the punchline of a joke of like, hey, if you want to get scammed, go into crypto. And then just seeing the meme coin craze go, and it just felt like being in a casino at like 3 a.m. I was like, ew, get me the fuck away from these people right now. Like, no, that is just not the vibe. So it was a combination. It was like a perfect storm of like, get off of this app. Like, I was going on there and I was just seeing more crypto stuff that I didn't want to see. I was muting more words than I could keep up with. Every day it was a new crypto scam. It was a new meme coin for that day. And you multiply the bots coming on with these $8 blue badge bandits coming onto the scene and just being obnoxious and getting paid for their being even more obnoxious. Oh my God, you gave me a paycheck for being obnoxious? What do you think that's going to do to a person when they are receiving a positive reinforcement for being awful on the timeline, for being annoying, and you just gave that a positive reinforcement? What do you think that's going to do to a person? Do you think that's going to make them change their behavior? Or is it going to magnify this negative behavior? And that's what it did. It magnified this negative behavior. And you saw, again, this dichotomy of people. It's a mixture. They either know they are being manipulative, and they know they are sharing something that is not true, mixed with people who truly don't know that it's not true, and they get duped. They get fucking duped, and then they think they know something that others don't know. The scientists don't know. Okay, when is the last time this person went through a peer review? Do they even know what a peer review is? And this was already an issue. Looking at books that were written in 2021 before Elon took over, and Twitter was getting mentioned all of the time. In America especially, during elections, these last two are seeing attacks by outside countries. And now more countries are getting involved. And they're manipulating human behavior. And that's just a fact that's happening. The fact that you have some that will throw up a defense mechanism and say, no, they're not. No, they're not. It's all fake. It's all fake. Like, again, you have to have the awareness to say, my mindset will change based on new information. It's okay to accept something that may be contrary to what I may be believing in. And I will say, my belief is to understand the evidence-based facts as they are laid out, as they are being displayed. And I will adjust accordingly. If it's cold outside, I will wear clothes. If it's hot outside, I'll wear shorts and a t-shirt. I will adjust. Start to get hot, my body will adjust and I will start sweating. It is okay. It will adapt. We will survive. And I do get upset. And not upset, I would say excited, because I care. Because I care. And when you place values and you realize that good and bad are culturally defined, okay? And that is done by the majority. Most of the time. And we have to start talking and having this communication as to what we define as good and what we define as bad and not acceptable. And that's ever changing, that's ever evolving, and that's good. And that's good. And we need to keep having this dialogue. But right now, there's this divide. And it's because we're not being emotionally intelligent. To say that we can talk and we can have differences and we can keep talking, because if we stop talking, that's when it gets more physical, as we've seen time and time again through history. How are we in 2024 with millennia of history that we can read? And we've seen the flaws. We've seen the flaws. But there are patterns in our behavior. There's patterns in the universe. There's just patterns. Look what a demagogue of one person running this company can do at a flick of a switch. He could turn it off if he wanted to at a flick of a switch. He's not beholden to anybody. He's already taken it from $44 fucking billion, and that's probably being generous. And when he said fuck you to advertisers, he said fuck you to the users. But again, it's on perspective. He's got his cult following all behind him on anything he does. And so he's in this echo chamber of I'm awesome, I'm awesome, I'm awesome, no matter what, I'm awesome. And then he goes down to Florida and he has a meeting with someone who's about to run for president. Someone who has not won the popular vote twice. And one of those times still won. Another flaw that needs to change. You look at these representatives of just huge swaths of land. Like there's no people there. It's just land. A more perfect union. But we all need to work together and realize that we're a part of this chain. And hold people to their word. Again, Elon said that if he made any changes, it would be to a community vote or whatever he had in mind. But it's like, you didn't even stay to your word, your own word. It's not something that we imposed on you. You said it. But his simps will just be like, yeah, fuck you, liberal. Like, free speech. Cool. Go keep spending your $8. And even that is not going to save what's happening. The math is not mathing. The math is just not mathing. And the emotional math is not there either. You have so much arrested development. People arguing from like a 10, 13-year-old perspective. The nana boo boo type argument. And we need to grow beyond that. And whether they continue schooling or not, I think we need to impose some early psychology and learning development. We need to learn ourselves, like, about our thoughts and controlling our emotions and feeling the waves. Like, there's a lot of chemicals that happen during a rage fit, what allows someone to lift a huge rock off somebody. This adrenaline our brain can produce in a flash. It's just incredible. So there's so many avenues that they could learn, and learn how to control, and just think of what we could save. Because every time I see an atrocity dealing with the young generation, it's a cry for help, and it's up to the adults. We got to stop blaming the kids for whatever's happening. Oh, look at kids today. It's like, okay, look at it. Look what they have to deal with. Okay, is it their fault that we built this society? And what are we doing to change it? We're pointing to a problem yet again and not offering a solution. That's what Blease is to say we can, each of us, turn that potential energy into kinetic energy. And the better we can do that, the more emotionally intelligent we become. And it's just this cycle, this stress release. Give a follow to the new YouTube channel I have for stuff like this, the Lannom YouTube channel, putting out content and kind of recording behind the scenes stuff, and but talking about my thesis and like what I was saying about social media, how I've been studying it for a while. This thesis I started in 2013. Maybe before that, but in pieces, but officially in 2013, and publishing in 2015, 2016, and 2020. This project that is continuing to this day. It's been evolving, and it talks about social media effects, and talks about how it's a tool being exploited. And we don't really know how to use it, but it's because we are going on there without even learning ourselves, right? We don't fully even know ourselves. And when you look at the young generation, they especially don't know themselves. And they're getting on here, and they're being exploited in ways that has never been seen before. And we're starting to talk about it in certain aspects, which, okay, great. The physical harm of this is beyond the pale and needs to be addressed. But also the mental aspect of it as well. The physical aspect, definitely all of it. What I am focused on here is kind of in my wheelhouse, what I am comfortable with focusing on, and what I'm most passionate about. It's why I create what I create. It's to help raise emotional intelligence, and I was able to say that after doing this for so long, of what is my why beyond myself? What is that energy that I would like to be remembered by when I meet somebody, or what would I want to impose on others who don't know me? And it's to help raise emotional intelligence, to say that you're here for a reason, and you shouldn't be the reason why that ends. And to change your definition of what you perceive as hard, right? Because you just being here is beyond what you would define as hard. Of the different variations of people that there could be based on our DNA genetic code, one of those was you. And if you turn off everything, all the digital. And I do this too, of like, even with my work, which a lot of it's digital, right? It could be gone in an instant. And it's like, I am more than that though. And we're getting to that. We're getting into that part of my creativity, and it's been beautiful. And being here in New York and trying to take advantage of being in this locale of getting out there in person and feeling that in-person energy, because it's missing. And what we're seeing now with this happiness deficit bill, so again, where government can help. We can't just keep saying government bad, 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 bad. Okay, again, what does pointing to a problem do? Bring a solution. If you don't like how government works, get involved. Do something. I hate Verizon. I hate this. Okay, what are you doing to make it better? I don't know that. Why don't you know that? Take some self-responsibility for your actions, for your time. We all have 24 hours in a day. You have the same 24 hours that Elon fucking Musk has. You have the same 24 hours that Steve Jobs had. You have the same 24 hours that Walter Isaacson had. Same 24 hours. Are you diligent with your time? Are you mindful of your time? You have to do what you have to do in order to survive for that day. It's granted. We've broken this down before. If it's 40 hours, if it's 60 hours, there's still time you can take for yourself. Take some self-responsibility. Oh, I'm too tired. I'm Suck it up and get some rest. Put your rest as a priority. That's a third of your life. That is not wasteful. That is you producing on another wavelength, on another level. That's you being you in your truest sense. Don't deny who you are completely, and it's in ways that you don't fully understand. We may never understand. May never be fully understood, and that's okay, because we have the growth mindset to just say, I may not be smart enough to know it all, but I'm a part of this, and I'm going to live in harmony with it, and I'm going to go with my feelings and stay true to that. It feels good. It feels good. You know that. And if someone does harm to the community, to show some empathy to that. Not to demonize them and to say they're never forgiven and they're just thrown away and throw away the key. What does that say? Show some empathy. They're not crazy. Maybe their environment is just a little sick. What can we do to help it a little bit? Show some empathy. It goes a long way. Well, I appreciate you if you've made it this far. I appreciate you watching, taking the time, hearing me rant. It does suck. It does suck to have to do this, but there's certain times where you feel bad for doing something because you're standing up for yourself. And it's like, oh, I'm going to hurt this person by standing up for myself. They're imposing this on me and I don't feel comfortable. But it's their action that's causing you to do that. And you're such a good person that it does feel bad to stand up for yourself. But they're the ones with the bad behavior. You're just saying you have to respect me as an individual. I respect myself, and that comes from self-respect. That comes from self-respect. Others respect you when you have self-respect. Others love you when you love yourself. Others are confident in you when you're confident in yourself. I've been there when I'm not confident in myself, and others reciprocate that energy. They know, they're like, oh, fuck this guy. He's not confident in this. He can't get the job done. Oh, can you do this? Yes, I can. Yeah, I can figure it out. Can you get this done by Monday? Yes, I can. Can you get this done by Monday? Maybe, yeah, I guess. Confidence, boom. And we struggle. And it's being honest, too. It could be like, I'm confident I can't do this, you know? Be confident in that fucking no. I'm confident I can't get this done. Okay, at least you're being honest. Can you get this done? Hell no, I can't get this done. It's knowing. Know thyself, as cliche as that is. Know thyself. And it's being confident in my choice. And I kind of am reaffirmed in my decision of seeing these stories come out about Elon and seeing him continue to go down this road and going periodically, like I do have him muted, but periodically going and checking his profile and just seeing if he's still unhinged. And he's fucking going after Fauci. It's like, wow, man. And like the most childish memes, again, coming back to that emotional intelligence and, you know, this arrested development, ultimately. And truly, I will say, it was like a weight off my shoulders when I deleted it off my phone. It was just like me taking control of myself. Like, I can do this. I have the ability to control this, to cut it out. And if I wanted to cut out all social media, I've done it to Instagram too, where I felt jaded by something and I'm just like, this isn't worth my time and energy and focus right now. And coming back to that happiness deficit, America falling out of the top 20 happiest countries in the world for the first time. Why? Why is this? And why are we seeing a correlation between depression, anxiety, and social media usage? Maybe it's not that connection. It is not a supplement. It's fragmented not only ourselves, it's fragmented how we connect with others, and it's not satisfying to us. It's like a baby that needs that human face. It's not as satisfying that staring at a computer screen, an iPad screen. It's not arguing with someone about free speech after you've hit the terms and both have hit the terms and conditions. It's realizing that this is just a mere tool, that this is not reality as we share it here on Earth. There is an intelligence in it. There is this digital continent that we've created, that we share, we all go to. But it's like you going on vacation. You can go on vacation, all right? You fly over there, you have a good time, TTYL, and you come back. And we're here and we're sharing. And I get that not everyone is in a physical location, that they are around like-minded individuals. And it's hard to supplement that. It's very hard. But realizing it for what it is. And if it's not sparking joy, ask why. growth mindset. If people aren't treating you right, just because you've known them for 10 years, just because you've whatever we have right now, trim it. If it's not sparking joy, cut it, go. Saying from experience. I'm saying from experience. As whatever they may say of you, they are not going to be in that coffin with you. They're not going to be there with you. They're not going to be with you laying in bed in your own thoughts, waking up with you with your own thoughts, dreaming with you, having nightmares with you. That's you. You have to live with yourself. You have to be friends with yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to respect yourself. And if you can't do those things, how someone else views you, thinks of you, and why are you spending energy on that? You can never know what they think of you. You can never know what how they perceive you. You're so much more than that simple perception. They only see a glimpse. And especially online, it's very fragmented. It's very fragmented. How can we use it for good? For right now, it's off of Twitter because it's helping one person who has low emotional intelligence and won't admit a wrong. They're a demagogue and they're aligned and doing everything you should be doing the opposite. And they're trying to guise it this other way, and it's so clear and so evident. Engaging with the End Wokeness account, the Libs of TikTok account. What? That's who we're platforming? And these are not just political statements. These are moral. These are moral. And we need to really decipher between, oh, that's just a political argument and that's a moral argument. A human being is a human being. We should not be dehumanizing other humans. That is just... That should be the basis right there. You should not be dehumanizing another human being. Again, trying to show some empathy here. To lend a listening ear. What more can I say on this? This felt good. That's what I can say. How can someone with no values be of value to their community? You have to have some values. What do you value? What are your virtues in life? What will you stand on? You gotta stand for something, man. You got to. If you wake up in the morning and it's just, you gotta choose. If it's life or death and you gotta choose, what are you gonna fight for? Is your life going to have meaning? The universe is living through you. This earth, as an intelligent being, brought you into this. And you're a part of it. And you're a part of it. What are you going to do with your part? The odds of you being here are so astronomical. Take some self-responsibility in that. And be a part of something bigger than just yourself. Tap into that. Not just say it's all corrupt, this and that. It's not. It's not. And it only can be if enough people don't give a shit. They're too lazy to do something. Can't be too lazy and just stop and not do anything. That I can't do. That I cannot do. Silence There's a sound of silence and there's a moment of silence. But like life, you can go from silent to let's turn it up and get loud, back to silent, some reflection, and then let it out. Let them hear you. That's what we're born with. That's what you don't have to hit terms and conditions accept. No, you're born with that freedom of expression. Now, you don't get to knowingly lie about others, do you, Alex Jones? Do you, Fox News? You don't get to knowingly lie about others for profit, for financial gain. You don't get to do that. It's a no-no. But you can express yourself freely. Believe in that. Put it out there. Stand on it. Stand on it. A more perfect union. We're getting there. Make America great again. This is right here is as great as it's ever been. We're getting there. I appreciate you if you've watched this. If you like this, check out the Lannom YouTube channel and check out the Bleece Art YouTube channel too.
Who says a commercial can't positively impact your day? On this channel, every ad is a moment to learn and grow. Every moment is precious, and the same should be said about ads, while also recognizing that we do want to promote highly selected sponsors that will help keep the lights on and the show going and hopefully growing in the near future. Let us go further together, one step at a time.
Putting out a lot of work there with the animations and stuff, but the Lannom stuff is more me, direct, and we're talking about emotional intelligence. Series I'm doing is Tomorrow's Mirror, dialogues on identity, intelligence, and beyond. Having a lot of fun with that. It's been very therapeutic and just nice. I'm a writer, but this is me taking my writings, taking my readings, and just riffing like this, and just coming on and just seeing where it goes. And then I'm gonna transcribe these dialogues and put together a little book, a little something. But it's gonna be a book, but it's gonna be from dialogues and just trying to get to this other level of understanding of this information, because we've read it, we've wrote it, we've heard it, we've said it. Now I'm going to be trying to teach it, right? So we're trying to really understand this stuff. And I will say this next step is it's a big step for me. And I am humble enough to know, I'm still, every day is a learning process, right? Every day we're learning, we're going further, but we're putting forth the effort. We got the energy and we got the willingness to do this. I truly believe in it. I truly love in it. Standing on this, put this on my last name, make my name last type beat. But no, I'm very passionate about this. This is just another, it's really like what drove me to write those novels, and what I wrote them allegorically, but this is me talking direct again, talking about this shared reality that we have. So I'm going to be continuing that and seeing where it goes. So come tag along and share your thoughts, because it's going to be open dialogues. Again, this is dialogues. This will be dialogues with other people, with myself, on different topics. So we're going beyond. All right. Until next time, peeps. Have a good one.